All right, guys, we are actually talking the evolution of our tripods that we have here, and we're ultimately going to get to why we're doing this, but there's a reason, and just bear with me. This right here was our very first tripod, and even though it worked, it went great. We had this type of setup on it, as you guys can see. Basically, what that is, and I have my Vortex Furies right now. Which, if y'all don't know, these Vortex Furies are amazing. The very first time I came, I had a little Vortex handheld, and I had some trouble, and I think it was because of grass and different things like that. But I had trouble getting consistent readings over and over again. I'll leave it at that. But it's got this piece right here mounted to the front. It basically slides in the top here, and that was basically our very first glassing system. It wasn't these binoculars; it was a different pair of binoculars. But regardless, yeah, that's what we use for our glassing system now. Granted, um, the following season, come on out, baby, you can do it. The following season, I wanted something a little better, something not as loud, something more quiet, and so I went to Bass Pro, and I picked up. Oh, why are you still filming? I picked up this right here. This right here is a Vortex Mountain Pass, and I do like it. And basically, whether you have the Vortex Diamondback spotting scope, it sits right here on top, just like that. Obviously, I have to lower this down, but regardless, if you want a glass, it's really quick to change them out. And then we have these bad boys here. They have a Vortex mounting system here as well, and basically it has this little plate right here that goes in here, and then boom, you're glassing. Now what I will say is the easiest way to go from here to put it in your chest rig is unscrew this little knob on top, pull your optics out. Bugs are everywhere, guys, and leave this thing on your tripod, and then this right here will fit in your vinyl bag. It will fit in there with this, but it was really tight, and it's a pain to get it in and out. So I have learned that the hard way, but yeah, just like that. And then with this on that, it makes it really hard. And then basically pull your vinyls out. It has a little piece right here. Put that in the hole, tighten this little knob on top, and then bam, you're glassing that quick. I do like it. I do like the setup. Now, I was really wanting to upgrade from this, and the only reason why, guys, is simply because I needed something lightweight. What I will say is this thing it works easy. This little knob here just turns, you loosen it, and then you're just moving. And then when you get to where you want, you tighten it down, and there's no shift. What I found in some cheaper tripods, like you get it, and then all of a sudden it like shifts. And you're like, God dang, man, I'm trying to get it exactly where I want it, and it becomes really hard. Now it does have these things right here, and despite it all, these things are very quiet. The loudest part is just bringing the legs in and out, which I find is the thing with all of them. But regardless, this thing is actually a beast, man. It has a hook right here on the bottom, so you can weight it down if you need to. But man, this thing is pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie, I've been using it for a couple seasons now, and it will be up here this coming season with us with elk season as well. But man, I do like it. It works really nice. But I really wanted an evolution from that. I wanted something lighter weight that I can use as well. Especially we had Shauna coming with me, and so I knew I was going to need an extra pair, and I was really wanting to upgrade from that one to something carbon fiber. Now, they kind of get expensive, and so that's why I was like holding off. But we actually got hooked up. I'm going to say it that way. I'm not going to say it any other way, because for some reason YouTube is flagging videos for stuff like that. So I'm not going to say what. I'm just going to say I'm very fortunate enough to get my hands on this thing, and man, I am very happy. This right here is a Vortex Summit Carbon 2, and this thing, I'm not going to lie, is pretty dang nice. I do like it. I'm hoping you guys can see this thing. It has a bigger knob here, which makes it, I mean, really truly, that one's not hard. The mountain pass isn't hard to do, but this one right here is easier simply because it is bigger and it has more of a rubber coating. The other one has a more of a just textured rubber coating. This is a little bit smoother, but man, just really easy to grab. And I do like the fact that on the legs, instead of the snaps, like when it comes, you just turn and you're just moving, man. Like, I like it. And the reason I do like it is really easy to set up. And what I mean by that is, so right now I'm on a slope. And by slope, I mean it's just uneven ground. And typically you're going to be on uneven ground when you're glassing. And so what I did here is I kind of put the, so I had the binos where I wanted them, right here. And what I typically will do is I'll be like, okay, I want the glasses, I want the binos right in here, however you want them to sit. Then I would loosen them up, kind of sit them down to the ground, tighten them down, and it's just loose, man. Just kind of a flick of the wrist, just tighten, just loosey, loose, lefty loosey, righty tighty, and just kind of get them right where I want them. Then tighten, and bam, we were there. And it was really easy just to do that. But regardless, it makes glassing easier. Having good products, good quality tripods, just make everything so much easier, so much better when you're up here in the mountains when it comes to setup. When we initially had this guy here, I had to sit there and like, okay, snap this one, here, snap this one. And then it was a little bit easy, it was a little bit harder. And what I did find on this one here, especially in the snow and in the ice, I don't know if these things would freeze, but man, I had a hard time getting these things. And then for some reason, even like when this thing's loosened, this thing would get stuck and I'd have to hit it with a rock to get it to come down. So I definitely needed to upgrade from this guy. And so far I've tested the Mountain Pass and now the Summit. Man, these things are phenomenal. Having good tripods for your glass, man, is amazing. I do know that there is one out there now that I've seen where it's just a cylindrical pole and your glasses kind of come up and down. That seems good, but it doesn't seem as steady because you have to do a lot of work. Like right now, I could put this binos on a deer or something and say, hey, I'm on some elk, whatever it may be. I'm on an animal, and I can get up, and then my wife or somebody that's with me can sit down and like they can look at the same thing I'm looking at. Just leave it alone. So the little pole, I don't even remember what it's called, but it was just a pole, and your binoculars just slide up and down it, and then you just put it where you want it and tighten it down. I just don't like that. And it seems like a good idea, but not the best idea. And that's just my opinion. But man, I do apologize, guys, if you see me get distracted, because I'm like, do I see movement? And so, but right now, I imagine as hot as it's getting, animals are gonna be in the shade and not be moving around. But I'm hoping I get lucky. But anyways, guys, that's it. This is really our setup. We have really nice Vortex glass. We have really nice Vortex tripods. Man, I am tickled pink. I am very fortunate to have all these tripods. Even my first one I ever had, I am very fortunate to have that one. That one did a lot of work for a long time. And so I will say I'm very happy with the Vortex and the Vortex products and our warranty. God, like, I don't know. To me, it's a no-brainer. But everybody's got their own thing. Everybody's got something they like. But regardless, guys, hope you found any of this useful. But the Summit Carbon 2, pretty phenomenal. Not gonna lie, it's been really easy to use, and it weighs less than the Mountain Pass. At some point in time, I may do a short where I weigh this one compared to that one, just so people know. But it is lighter. Just hold them up, you can feel it. But regardless, guys, I love y'all. I will see y'all later.